This is the last parting shot. Tricks of the trade. You know, I know my craft. I know my trade. Hanging Christmas lights. It's all I do for a living. Joseph Murphy, Chelsea Murphy, Eric Turkelson, Laura Roby. What's the tricks of the trade?
I mean, what trick do you want to know of the trade? I mean, I feel like we did all kinds of tricks.
So, like, defining what a trick is, right? Because there's no trick to it. Like, I could clearly state what we do in business or whatever. And so, but there is things that, like, lessons learned, right? It's like, what are people doing to do it faster? Even like when you do a tower tree and it's like, well, do you use Gaylord boxes or do you have like a custom rack you hook these branches to not get the ornaments scratched up and this and that? And it's like, unless you even get into that realm, you would never ask that question. So there's maybe a little trick that people do on rolling it in based on the resources you have with trailers and box trucks and stuff. But every company is so different. Even in like New York, they have like no warehouse space talking to people, and they have everything at like ground level and it's stacked. Like we have 20-foot pallet racking and forklifts here. You know what I mean? Like it's just way different based on geographical and how you run your business. It all just needs to flow. There needs to be business plans. You need to flow it. You need to have relationships like with Holodynamics. Understand the Odyssey. What is that? And am I quoting it out? It exists. The Paramount one, the chandelier style one, the RGB system. Am I getting educated? Am I investing into the company? That's another trick. Invest into yourself.
Yes.
The CRM. Go to the Holodynamics thing. And guess what? You will leave wiser. And being wiser, you'll make less error. You'll be more profitable. If that's not a trick.
I guess if you want to call it a trick of the trade is starting each season out off of what your tangible goals and then your dream goals are. So what do you truly want what do you think is tangible to gain? And then what would be your Joey calls it the bucket list. We call it the bucket list or the dream list. And then what is that? And then work towards that. Like literally just reverse engineer what you want to do.
Reverse engineer it
and go back into the thing.
Everybody, when you get in new, I understand you have no compass of where to go. And so you go online and you're trying to engage because it's free. And
Donovan said $100,000 in 6 weeks.
But are you talking to people who are doing seven figures in 7 weeks? You know, there's all different ranges.
6 weeks.
And you can do it. You can do it. And that's what they're saying.
You can.
This can be achievable. But what I would like to do is roll through. This is straight off ChatGPT and just asking it for an installation company. And the tricks of the trade is make sure you hit each one of these. And you guys can say, no, that's not one. Right? But I guarantee you're going to say yes. And every one of these topics can be its own thing. But I did do that thing online where I says, what's the top 10 things to make somebody professional? And then are you focused on those key tasks? Like Eric and Holodynamics it's there for support and training events. And this is part of their mission. This is part of their plan for success. And they've been doing it a long time. They have been successful, right? Yeah. So maybe we listen to the people who have done it longer. We have only been in business with Christmas lighting for 8 years. It seems like it's been an eternity, but some companies are 16 years or something like that. But with it is I'll just roll through the list and it says customer service. So like to be a professional company, you have to have customer service. It has to be good or you'll never know.
Yes.
Right. Branding, which is kind of a broader term, but it does go into, are you marketing? Are you creating awareness? C9 Glitzer, you get a box when you do this free thing. You get a free box with free tattoos and free. That's an expense on that company because they're investing and they're branding themselves. It's a very good thing.
And the hat's nice, dude.
Yeah, look at I'm wearing. Send me more of these. What are they? The Richardson. You can't go wrong with a Richardson.
The glitz.
Well, look at this one. It's like this one was sweated to death. It's like
I love it.
Put the work in, baby.
So then it goes into terms and conditions with your clients and its relationships. Even with a subcontractor, I have terms and conditions with you. We are setting out that this is what we're going to do together. Safety. If you can't be safe, especially with this job involves risk, financial risk or physical risk, mental risk, all of it. There's risk everywhere. It's a business. And so understanding and make sure you're as safe as possible and everybody goes home, right? In the fire service, they say everybody goes home. So safety is a big thing. Clean and well-maintained equipment. That goes in with your branding. You don't want to drive like shoddy trailers around. You want to look like, hey, this company does well and it has great equipment to service me, right? Or you rent it out like good lifts from a good company. Adapting with technology, that's the Photoshop design. the CRM, all of your systems. It should make it where you guys speed up and seem like a streamlined service, because this is a dynamic business. So if you can streamline it, get in with Eric, get pricing on that stuff so you can bid it appropriately and put it on that client's house. That's a vendor relationship. All that stuff is using technology, and how do you bill me? How do I pay you? Those conversations need to happen now, not in the season. And you're like, this is the first time I ever bought something from you. And it's
why is the prices so high? It's like, bitch, you waited till the fucking middle of the season.
Talk to your vendors, adapting with that technology, creating a streamlined service. So then there's renderings and diversified design. Can you be the company that does that 8-foot bow on that monument? How do you sell that? And if you do not design it out, if you do not have the specs of the bow saying this is what it's exactly going to look like, then they're more likely to pick a company that will do that. Yeah. So I think really the rendering thing is a big one for us. Sustainable company. So making it where it's sustainable, and that goes into pricing and other things, but you should be in business for a long time. This ain't short-lived beer money. And if you are that company, you'll be known as that company. And then you won't attract the right type of clients that you want. The other thing is scalability. Can you get bigger and bigger and bigger and keep that quality going? That's a hard one to do. And that's where the systems comes into play. And then the last one I added was, is it a sellable / buyable business? Is your business attractive to other people to either acquisition or you just take over? And so when's your end point? If it's the business for you to be in for 100 years, is this a 5-year plan, 10-year plan? Then we just don't do it anymore. All our clients own their stuff, or we have assets that we can control. These are things that you should be asking. So that's the 10 list. And if everybody doesn't dissect that and reverse engineer every one of those, then what are you focused on? Oh, I have this pole to rip down the lights with, or gently set down, like Laura says.
Yeah.
How are you storing your wreaths to keep the quality of the materials and stuff? That's the tricks, is answering all those questions.
You're thinking it's your longevity. What do you think about longevity? Because a lot of people are just thinking of, oh, this is how much it is per foot to put it up on the house. But okay, how are you storing it? If you don't store it properly, how much is it going to cost you to replace it? How much is it going to cost you to take it down? Like,
I like that how you stored that holodynamic speaker that's on the wall behind you.
We can use this all the time. Our boys like this.
Going to the pool, you grab the holodynamic speaker.
Dude, it's perfect.
I love it.
The remote's in here.
The remote's right here.
It's in here somewhere. No, that's a different
That's not it. We got a remote. Joey's got a whole remote.
But I tell you what, though, running your business like you're going to sell it, even though you're not going to sell it, if you run your business like you're going to sell it, you're going to run it more organized, and you're going to have all your numbers down, because you can't sell your business or even think about it unless you have all your stuff together and you're very organized. So running your business like you're going to sell it.
Take your hands off of it.
But I don't recommend someone to think that they're going to sell their business, because you'll be disturbed at how much it's really worth based on how much money it produces. When you run your business, run it like you're going to run it forever and run it like you're going to sell it. But if you stay very organized, that cash right there, it'd be better just to pass it down to a future generation than trying to cash out.
If you aren't running your business organized, like you said, like you're selling it, you're never going to take your hands off your business at no point in time. At no point in time will you ever take your hands off your business. And do you want more time in your splits? I mean, my ultimate goal is to have a business that can run itself to a certain point, to a certain
That'd be nice.
standard. Yeah, right? Like, isn't that, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat. I do not have a business that can fully run without me or Joey as of right now. But we're working towards that. And that is,
she was just talking about putting sugar on things. Now she's not sugarcoating.
Well, I think too, what I learned today is everybody needs a Gracie like the Murphys have. And then also, like, you guys have a Gracie too.
I love that you said that. She's gonna go. You know what she really wants, Eric? That she's been harassing me. You'll love this. Sorry, she's been harassing me for weeks. I showed her the video when we came and visited y'all. Okay, and I was showing her something. We were trying to sell something. Oh, we were showing the cherry blossom trees. We were quoting them for an event. Yeah. She saw the baby one, and she's determined. The tabletop one. She's determined to get one on her desk. Oh, she's determined.
Yeah.
She wants them so bad. She's like,
I got your credit card, another website that sells them.
She said, you want to shorten my paycheck and go get that for me? And I'm like, Gracie.
I had to look it up, the price to buy one, and she's like, I guess I give a little of my paycheck. And I'm like, look at that. That person loves just like I love it. And she's like, I would love this on my desk.
Yeah. Well, if you talk about like people that work with a company and that are like game changers, Fuck Eric Turkelson, dude.
Heck yeah. Heck
Dude,
yeah.
out of all the people who run a
Yes.
company, Eric Turkelson's probably the top.
I love him
top
and
three.
Scott.
Always doing
Dynamic.
He's always
I love
doing it
their
with a smile.
dynamic.
I know when we visited, they were like, well, what would you sell? Like Scott was like, what would you sell if it wasn't Christmas lights? And Eric looked at him like, there is only Christmas lights.
Shit.
This is what I want to do. Well, I'm living the dream. Why are you changing things on me?
Yeah.
You know?
I was going to say too on the tips and tricks is hang around like-minded people like the Murphys, Robies. You guys do a phenomenal job too. So I appreciate the compliments, but that's straight back to you guys as well. There's a reason you guys have grown your businesses. It's not any surprise. You're intentional, which I think that's one of the big key words is always be intentional with your business. And then the other thing I was going to mention through everything that you guys have talked about today, because you made some awesome points. The one thing that I always tell people is focus on the bottom line, not on the top line, because everybody gets really geeked when they go to these training sessions or these, different events or trade shows. And people are like, oh yeah, we do $1 million a year. We do $2 million a year.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what are you making though? I'm like, tell me that.
You have $1 million in your bank account right now?
There you go.
Well, no. It's like, all right, dude, just relax.
Exactly. And then if you're going to make it a business, some people are doing it as a hobby. Just don't make it a bad hobby. Right. And that's when, you start to lose money. There's been people I've talked to that are like, I'm not making any money. And you're like, well, what are you charging? And they tell me, and I'm like, why are you charging that? And they say, well, because that's all I would pay. And it's just, that's not the way to run a business.
Yeah.
No.
But
I think you guys have thrown out some awesome information today.
Dude, it's been a lot. It's going to be a long series and everything. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys going through all that, and hopefully everyone enjoy every single episode we put out. But Laura, close us out, baby.
Close out on Tricks of Trade. CRM, I think, has been hit 1 million times. That's like my biggest one. Take pictures of your work. So that you can share it with the clients that you're trying to get to. You cannot show them nothing. Show them something. And be personable. For crying out loud, it's Christmas. It's exciting. It's fun. It's Santa's coming. Be personable and try to remember what you talk about with those people, because it's really important to them and it's a very special event for them, and you're creating that special
it's an honor to be a part
display.
Of someone's Christmas experience, and it's a great responsibility. And when you mess up someone's Christmas experience, you talk about a customer that's upset.
Yeah.
When you ruin their Christmas experience, in their opinion, for something you did wrong. So it's like ruining someone's wedding. It's a great responsibility. I'm seriously, and it's a great responsibility. Not only that is, when you have people who are inexperienced, you could possibly damage their house and things like that. And it's embarrassing because everyone can see, all their neighbors can see that they hired someone. This is what it looks like. This is how it's working, and no one's coming back to fix it. So it's embarrassing as hell, that is a great responsibility. It's a great one, but I do appreciate everyone. That's a little tricks of the trade. Come back and see us. Go to a live event. Definitely the open house with Murphy is going to be on the 31st. On the 21st, you can go to Omaha, Nebraska and meet up with Eric Turkelson and the Glitzer Fest. Or on the 7th of September, you can see Mr. Morrell, and I will be there. I don't know what the hell I'm speaking about, but I'm sure it'll be something good. But we'll catch you next time. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Power Couple
Thank
Weekend.
you.
Bye, Lori. I seen Lori in the background. She's like, why am I not on the video, Eric? It's all
Thank you,
couples
Lindsay.
weekend. Where's my picture? There she is. Hey, Lori.
Hey,
How are you doing? Everything good?
it's all good.
Yeah, you tell him, get off the damn phone. It's family time.
No, she knows it's just life. There's no work-life balance. It's just life. That's too. And you guys know.
that's a good point too.
Well, we are trying our best to come out there to Omaha. It just right now we're building a building. We have some people coming. It's going to be really hard, but we'll want to hang out with y'all soon.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
I'd like to get down that way too.
Yep.
You know what? I thought you were coming the last time. When he came down for a couple, he was thinking about maybe coming up or something.
Yeah, we were
something
talking
happened.
about it
We
around
get away
spring
from
break.
work.
Yeah. And then Ava had some more dance stuff, and it just
Oh, it was her birthday the day
Dance,
before or
dance.
something, and
good memory.
yeah, I was looking at Facebook. You're like, oh my God, she's 16. Like, Jesus, the time is flying by, right? She's gonna be out of the house in a couple years.
I know.
Yeah, she's driving now.
Hopefully, we'll have another
I
holiday
know.
boy here soon.
Oh, she's got no. You said that you didn't want the boy working there. You're gonna have
No,
Ava working there?
I wanted him to go out and get some other experience before he came in. But Ava has always kind of helped out in the showroom and stuff. So, just different capacity.
Oh.
Yeah, she loves it there. She told us, Ron and Laura, what was it probably about 8 years ago, she wanted to be the chief, what was it? The chief roller skating officer. And she was going to roller skate around the showroom.
Oh, like Sonic?
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you order your Christmas lights and someone comes out with roller skates with the box. Roller skate the boxes out for you.
We might be onto something there.
Yeah, you're like, it's a roller skate delivery service. It's an extra charge, but yeah, we do have a professional roller skate delivery person here.
Well, since Sonic's not doing it anymore, we should probably pick it up.
Well, Sonic, every now and then you'll find one that does it, but mostly they just come out to your car and try to open your door and bang it on the machine.
Yeah.
But she's working at Dunkin' Donuts now, Laura.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She what is it,
Dunkin'.
Tuesday? She starts training?
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts training Tuesday.
Fuck, man, it's just sad. The kids are getting so damn old. It's like, man, what happened to the little kid that needed me? Now they're like, I'm good. Just put gas in the car and pay the insurance. I'm good.
Yeah.
Fix the hail damage. I'm good.
Right.
Well, it's good to see you. I was like, come on, Eric, put Lori in there. We have all the
Good.
husbands and wives here.
No, Lori wants to be on too.
Yeah, I know. I seen her. Eric was like, oh, no. How about adjusting this camera? Well, it's good to see you over there. Everything going good, Lori?
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you finally got. Well, how much work is he going to do after this? You're going to tell him, hey, let me get your phone. I'll throw it away. I'm going to hide it from you.
Friend's kid's graduation party. He's graduating from college, so
Tonight?
yeah.
Yeah.
Party.
Well, you just left a
animals.
party.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Scott's mom's
a
party.
birthday party.
Oh, so you have
Day.
2 parties today. That's a busy day.
Hard
We're
day.
just partying it up, and then we had to come to
Party
couples
like a
weekend
rock
party
star.
here with the Robies and the Murphys, and
Hey, the Murphys were talking about some stuff.
no, I think it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, the
good.
Murphys were talking about some stuff. Chelsea, you get her fired up. She'll let you know what's up.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but it's nice to work with your wife, and we just got back from anniversary. It's our anniversary the other day, and
Yeah,
it was my birthday, and so it's just a busy week for us, and the kids' birthdays and the whole thing. So it's just and Lindsay, where's Lindsay? Where are you at?
Lindsay's still on.
Yeah, she's been on the whole time. There she is.
Hi, Lindsay.
And I would like to see a very successful year for Lindsay.
Yeah.
Because last year, that clip of training or whatever the hell training is going on, it doesn't look like it's translating into success. We need to see some success. Because someone who's a beacon of light and such a positive person, we need to have the bank account match up with that, right?
Mm-hmm. For reals.
We need people to see that and see a bunch more people coming in there. So what do we need to do, Lindsay, to help you out? You need a better. Your mic's muted. Did I mute you? Are you muted?
No, I was muted. My bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep what I have been going back to is just needing to get into communication with more people and get in front of more people and reaching out to people every day and calling places and being quicker with the estimates as well. So just more communication and faster communication, I think.
Yeah.
Well, if you need any help or a tutorial or a blanket estimate form or something to make it faster or any kind of help like that, I want you to, don't be a stranger. Feel free to reach out because we're doing it anyway. And it only takes a second to screen share something we're doing. We'd like to help you out in some way. I'd like to hear a success story because I know you and Alex are gonna, you're doing some good things in with the construction company.
Yep, he's building some cool things. He's really doing some craftsmanship and he's putting out some bids for some really cool projects. And I know pretty soon one of them is going to say yes, and it's going to be epic. That flagstone patio he just did, I want to put in a magazine.
Oh yeah, it's
People
beautiful.
don't build that like that.
Great job.
Out of all the people I've met in the industry, you have the most spirit and like the happiest person. You remind me a lot of Eric and Lori over there. Just just the lovers of Christmas lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Even after so many years, you still love it. After that many years.
Yeah.
And Laura and I too. So like I said, we just want to help you out in any way we can. I appreciate you hanging out with us the whole time.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I like to be around, and let me count how many pages of notes I have. I got to do the AI thing, but I still just like to.
Girl, I got 3 pages just so you know. I was taking notes. Juice not
6
worth the
pages of
squeeze.
notes.
Yep.
That was a
There's
good little.
that one's on there. Oh, the first quote: "Can't yield to traffic. You got to get out and go."
Yeah.
I spend my life yielding to traffic, so it's like I'm kind of really pushing a lot of myself into this money thing and sales and asking for money and asking for the right amount. And so, like what Chelsea said today, kind of talking about like keep the bigger goal in mind while you're talking, who you're talking to and how much time you're spending with them, because can be spending a lot of time on a project that's only $900 or something like that, and it's like taking forever for me to get done talking like about myself. But really the projects that are a lot bigger than that, like the commercial projects, are the ones that are going to get me to my goal. So just kind of trying to
I try to do qualifying questions, and no offense to whoever you're talking to, but if I'm talking to someone and it just I'm getting the impression they can't afford it, I go right to the meat and potatoes. So basically, just before we get started with this whole 30-minute long estimate process, it's like, let's say $5 a foot. So if you had $100, it'd be like $500. Does we sound like we're talking about the right thing? Or it's $7 a foot, so 100 feet would be $700. We're on the same page so far. Okay, boom, and then get into the estimate and qualify them really quick. Because they go, whoa, I thought it was 300. You're like, oh my god, I did a great job by qualifying them. Or they're like, yeah, I mean, I guess. And you're like, well, let me tell you what it includes. You can keep talking, but some of those get to the point and qualify them and make sure they're even thinking that they're on the right page. If you're on the phone with them, it's like, well, I'm in the nursing home and whatever. It's like, all right, grandma, look, here's the way it is. It's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of this to start out. Does that sound right? And that's what we have on Kingdom Christmas Lights on our estimate. It says packages starting out at like $4.99 for existing, starting out at $6.99 for a classic package. We have packages. You want the windows and the something, then that's like $15.99, looking at somewhere around there. So when they click it, you're like, they're anticipating it's going to be somewhere in that neighborhood. Obviously, it's going to be more. But that way, if you get overwhelmed with estimates, you're going to go to those ones who click the bigger packages first, because they want to spend $2,400 and you already know it, versus calling a dry customer. Or someone says, hey, I'm looking for something around $500. Then you would call those last and say, hey, I see that you're looking for something like that, but here's how it works. Get them to say yes on the roof line, and then start adding the other things and find out where you're at. And once you got them sold on just the roof line, when you get there and installing them, then you might be able to sell them a tree or some other stuff in person. But getting them on the schedule and getting them out of the market that they're willing to spend at least $500 to do something will get the guys rolling and get your business moving. And then from there you can upgrade. That's how we started. I wouldn't say that's how we do business now, but you're trying to weed out the people who are not your customers and not waste your time. And then once you get a bunch of customers together that give a deposit, I always make them pay a 75% deposit, because the most expensive thing is the materials. And even though they only want 200 feet, you got to buy a whole spool of 1,000 feet, and you have to buy a case of 500 bulbs, so you have to spend way more money than what they're giving you. So 75% actually is what it costs.
Yeah.
So you can have the right amount of materials to do it, and probably have some extra just in case they want to add on. So 75%, every single one of our customers pays 75% deposit unless they're existing from last year. Then they do 50. So new customers, 75% always. And if you have a problem getting the money to begin with, that's a sign of things to come. You're going to have problems at the end as well. So that's the process. And then when I give them, I have the blanket estimates that they apply to almost every customer, and I just click the buttons that apply on Jobber. I have them pre-made out, and it's you could just do a per foot times this, or you could do a package that's up to 100 feet, or up to 150 feet, or up to 200 feet, and you have them in there, and they'll just make it easy. You click one of those buttons, and then at least you can send out the estimate while you're on the phone with the customer. Because if it takes you 24 hours to send it, they've already talked to 3 other people, and they're more likely going to go someone else.
True.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
It's like when Eric got down on his knee and said, "Hey, Lori, will you marry with me?" She goes, "All right, well, give me 24 hours and I can compare some." Like, you got to say yes right there, or else they're on to someone else. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
When you got them on the knee, popping the question, "Could you do my Christmas lights?" You got to say yes. Here's the price.
Yeah.
Get to the point. You know what I mean? And what I used to do back when we first started is I'm a very good person on the phone. I know what I'm talking about. Laura was just starting. She was just good in the office and stuff. So I would just get on the phone and say, hey. So yeah, so it's about, I'm looking at the picture. Let me see the Google Earth on your sum. Okay, it looks like maybe 150. And I'd have a little scratch pad. And I would say 150 feet times 5. Okay, so that's $750. Does sound good? All right, now it's going to be maybe extension cord. So all this adds up to $823. Does it sound good? Are you ready to do it? Okay, great. And I say, hey, and I'd give her the piece of paper that had whatever on it. And then she'd say, okay, well, it sounds like and she would talk about the colors and she would type it up and I'd be on the phone with the next person. And then as soon as I was done, I'd just keep passing the phone with her with the sheet on it. We had this little scratch sheet that said blessings upon blessings. And I would write down the roof line, the windows, and I have it all tallied up there as I was looking at the Google Earth picture. Then I would hand her the handwritten sheet and then she would type it up and then I'd be on the phone with the next customer. Right. That's how we did it at first, but you start doing that so many times, like, why am I writing it down on paper? Why don't I just type it into the computer and do the estimate? So
Ron had to grow up after that.
I had to grow up, you know, because she's like a professional office person and I'm like some redneck that just knows how to write shit down. So we morphed into that later, but that's how it started for us. And for you, that'd be great. Just you talk to them and get them to say this is how many feet and it's going to cost this, and get them to say yes. And even we're in the car and say, okay, may I get your credit card number? And just
don't write it down.
Just write the shit down and then do it later. It's already sold. It's already sold. Okay, you'll see the credit card charge in the next 15, 20 minutes. And then you just charge the card and send it to them when you get a chance. But take them out of the market. Yeah. Don't bullshit around and send them something. And then you got to call them back and all this other shit. Take that credit card while they're on the phone.
Damn. Yeah.
And it gets to the point later on where you'll say, may I get your credit card just in case we get disconnected? because they're going to ask you a question. They're not asking how much it is. They say, when can you do it? And you say, well, probably next week. Oh, as a matter of, did Miss Betty cancel? You know what? I might be able to do it tomorrow. I do have one more spot. And then they're like, they're not going to let you off the phone. They're like, I want that other spot. Like, can I get your credit card just in case we get disconnected? I'm just joking. I don't say that, but you want to take their information, tell them what the price is, and get that credit card. Ask for that money every single time. Don't think about it. Give me the credit card right now. I can get it installed more than likely somewhere around there, but it's a first come, first serve basis. So if you call me back tomorrow, this might change. Right now is where our schedule is right this second. And take that credit card from them and charge that credit card. Do not drive to their house and do an estimate. Send me a picture of it, and I'll give you an estimate. Do not waste any time driving anywhere, because when I drove there, it cost me so much money for all the calls I missed. Yeah. Right, Eric?
Yeah, no, 100%. The more you are, and the quicker you get those responses out, because I always use the example, Lindsay, of Lori and I had probably 7 companies we reached out to do a fence estimate, and we said, we're ready to buy now. And the first one to get back to us wasn't until 3 weeks later. I'm like, that's just unacceptable, because it is speed to market. I mean, you want to be as quick to respond as possible so that you can close that sale and move on to the next one. So I love that, Ron, what you're saying that you and Laura did there, because that's the efficiencies of it. The more that you can get done quick. Sometimes people waste too much time on those proposals as well, where they'll spend 2 and 3 hours just to have somebody say no. It's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, don't be scared to tell them the price, and then always compliment their project. So there's 3 reasons why people buy. It's one, you can't get the commercial grade products at Walmart and stuff like that, Lowe's or Home Depot. The second one is it's very dangerous to put the lights up, and then the third reason is because everyone else is doing it. So when they tell you what their house is and you look at the house, you say, oh, that's a beautiful house and everything. And then you may say something along the lines of, damn, that roof looks steep. I'd hate to fall off that thing. Yeah. Just to prove the fact that you're not going to do it.
Re-emphasize,
And we have commercial grade products you can't find anywhere. And then especially if it's in the middle of the season, you say, is there anyone on your street that already has Christmas lights? And everyone out on the street has it. And they'll say, oh, a few. It's like, man, we can have your lights on there tomorrow. Here's how it works. We offer this and this and this. I'm looking at your house online, and it looks like you have about this many feet. So you're gonna be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood about this price right here. How's that sound? Don't word salad them with a bunch of shit because you're scared to ask for the money.
Yeah.
Get to the point. Tell them, just let's talk about the roof line, because if I could only do one thing, I would do the roof line, and the roof line is about this on this number. Sound good? And if they say yes, okay, great. The second thing I would do is probably this. And based on this one, it's going to be somewhere around here. Sound good? Boom, next. And then keep going to the next and keep adding until you get the cash register where they say, oh, that's about good enough for now. Let me think about the tree. Okay, boom, roof line. Hey, Laura, type it up. Boom. And then I'm on the phone with the next. Got this one sold. Boom. And then I'm on the phone with the next person or calling back someone I missed while I was on the phone. And we were just passing phones back and forth is how we did it. But we did 100 properties our first season. We had never done it before. And
Wow.
with no existing customers, I should say.
Yeah, first season.
And then the second year we did 350. And then the third year we got the CRM, which made it nicer. But still, I mean, if you only have 20 customers, I mean, you don't really need a CRM. You only got 20 customers. But when you start getting hundreds, it's just too much. You need a CRM for sure.
And practice, like go on Google Earth, go on the pictures and practice measuring so that you're quicker and feel more comfortable when you're talking to the client.
Yeah, when you're wrong,
I had to do that.
when you underbid a
practice
job,
measuring
believe me, the
without
customer
being
will
on the
let you
phone.
know that you should practice. They're like, what the hell? You told me
No.
it's this price and now it's this other price. You lying, cheating, son of a bitch. You know, it's like, well, I didn't do it on purpose, you know.
Ron is very aggressive and he's able to handle stuff like that. I am not aggressive. And so I had to practice so I felt more confident as I was talking and measuring at the same time. So I just went on Google Earth. I went to some straight roof lines. I practiced measuring those. And then I started working on peaks. And then
Yeah,
about
now
more
if you pull up
confidence.
a house on Google Earth, I don't care which one it is. If you pull up a house on Google Earth, within 5 seconds, I can tell you it's 189 feet just by looking at it. And she'll come up within 3 feet every time. Of whatever number I said, I'll say, look at the house. Tell me what you think. And she'll say 187. I'll say 189. All right. Let's go for
and then I
188.
add 5 every time.
And then we always
I
add.
always
of
add
course.
5.
Over.
But you know, when you do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them,
Yeah.
you can say you were wrong on that one, and then you look at it again and you say, "Oh, I didn't see that," or "I didn't know that it
Dip
cut
backs.
back over there."
It
So
cut
the
back,
next time you're
yes,
like,
yes.
"Let me move the camera to see that it cuts back at that part and stuff like that."
But if they send you a picture, double garage doors, 32 feet. Most archways that are smaller, 26 feet. You know, you just start seeing that standard, different measurements that standard builders do, and you start memorizing those things. And if you doing a picture, you don't have Google Earth, you turn that garage door on the side and you say it looks like 1 garage door, 2 garage doors, 3 garage doors, or archway or front doors, whatever those standard measurements are for that area, which I'm sure.
Did you
garage doors
see
the
what
same.
we did on Kingdom Christmas lights?
Your webpage?
Yeah.
I
Did
think
you-
so. I'll pull it up. I think so. With
Did you see that we went to, like, if you're talking about a single story process and you're talking about roof line, it has like the different roof lines.
No, I haven't seen this.
Or ridge lines. This is the different ridge lines, 100, 150, or what am I? Windows, small window, 16
Nice.
feet, large window, 32, oversized window,
We moved to packages.
and then single garage, 24 feet, double garage like this, or archway, the different type of archways there are, pathway lighting, what
too.
kind they are.
Yeah.
Or if you want trees and foliage, you want what the kind of garlands we have, what kind of wreaths we have. What we do is when we're on the phone with the customer, we make them go to our website. And then as we're talking to them, I'm not looking at the website. I already know what it says. I'm typing their estimate while I'm walking them verbally through the website. Now you have a 1 story. So click 1 story and they're going through and they're staying on your website, which is making your website rank higher because more people are staying on your website.
Oh.
And then you're like, oh, 2 stories. So let's talk about first the roof line and the difference between the roof line and the ridge line. See those two? You look like you probably have the one that says 150. Oh, yeah, that kind of looks like you're just typing out their estimate because you have their stuff. And then you're like, now the next one is the ridge line. See how we're talking about that's the top part of the roof? So this one is like 150-foot roof line, ridge line versus roof line. You see the different ones. And then, okay, now you talk about windows. You probably have 2 large windows and 1 small window. And then the garage, it looks like you have the one that says single double garage, or you have a double garage. And then you have an archway. You have a small archway or you have a large archway. And then I have these things on the jobber where they can look back on it and it has prices associated. I just push this, and it kicks it out. Terms and conditions, price, warranty service or whatever, stay lit warranty, blah, blah, blah. And I just push 3 or 4 buttons and the thing's kicked out and they can press yes on the estimate within 5 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds super streamlined.
But you have to.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're like, hey, we're talking about the pathways and these are the different types of pathways, or if you have a tree, this is the small trees. This is the trunk wrap 4 packs, maybe canopy 8 packs, or the full wrap about 12 packs. Or if you have a large tree, the trunk is like 6 packs, the canopy is like 16, a full wrap is like 35 or 85 if you're trying to wrap it to the tip, somewhere around there. I mean, just gives you a good start. You just click that button, and it has the prices, it has the boom, 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 done. And I have them lined up in Jobber as sale items.
I love the trees.
So
love trees.
anyway, that's just to give you an idea. That's how we do it fast on the phone. It's like in the car dealership. While you're busy, you say, well, look at the owner's manual and go talk to the aftermarket girl. And, you know, why don't you go talk to finance while you're doing other stuff? Yeah. So you need to give the customer something to do. Go look on my website. Because our old website used to be, it just went down through our process that we set on the phone, but it was visual. So they would just go down this one long streaming page where it just showed them everything. As I'm saying it on the phone, I want you to see it. Mm-hmm. As I say it, I want you to see it because it's really hard to tell what's a roof line, a ridge line, and the perimeter, and it's so confusing. So have them look at that, and that's a little piece of information I can give you personally if I was giving you personal information. Yeah. So anyway, all right, Lindsay. I hope that you have a biblical success this year.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And when you get to where you're going, I hope you say, you know what. I appreciate Ron. You know what? I don't really give a lot of compliments, but Ron, is just so awesome. I just think I'm gonna start buying lights from him. I don't know what it is, but it's just I feel like I'm obligated at this point.
I will get some.
But anyway, yeah, we got company coming over, but I appreciate you spending all your time, and you, Eric, and Lori for putting up with Eric.
Yeah. Nice to see y'all. Have a good one. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good weekend. Or actually, is it Friday? Is it Saturday?
Have good on your party. Saturday night. That makes it all right.
Saturday night.
What you gotta do, baby? I'm gonna ride my little red Corvette. Ooh, ooh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the anniversary still hasn't worn off. You know what I'm talking about?
Hallelujah.
What I think we might have to do is like one of these podcasts, do like karaoke podcasts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
Name that tune.
Next line.
Sing the next line.
Little Red Corvette Prince. Next. What do we got?
Yeah. Built like she was. She had the nerve to ask me if I planned to do any harm.
Oh,
so look here, I put her on the back of my bike and we went riding down by old man Johnson's farm.
I don't know that one.
Well, what did I get started here?
I know. All right, guys. Hey, we appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
All right. See you guys. Have a great day.